3 years ago, my diagnosis altered life's direction. The tracks this changing game discloses lead to some reflection. My right-hand trimmer's been my hex. It's anything but cool. Still worse, my dozing swallow reflex tends to make me drool. Each bite of food is slowed by peristaltic abdication. It's Austin traffic, 5 p.m., my unrelenting constipation.
At the time I was diagnosed in 2008, I had a pretty good idea that's what I was dealing with. My wife and I both were convinced that it was Parkinson's, but we just hadn't gotten the official word. I think the symptoms were there for a good 6 months in advance of that, but they weren't as pronounced. I think one of the things you worry about, for me anyway, is becoming a burden on the people around you. Right now I can do most things, and just like I could before I was diagnosed. There may come a time when I can't drive, or there are lots of things. Lots of Parkinson's patients are in wheelchairs, or there are things that you can no longer do when you get to a certain point. And I don't really like the idea of becoming a burden on other people.
But what goes through my mind each day, unseen and oft unspoken, a change that now has come to stay, a sleeping sphinx awoken. It's worse than aging, more discreet, not shared by those around me. The sense I can no more compete because PD has found me. It's hard when life has brought a claim, when heights were mine to climb, to feel I'm lifted from the game while I'm still in my prime.
I think it does change your perspective when you have to deal with questions about your health and questions about how the future looks. I don't feel that I'm really morose about it. I think when I first was diagnosed, it was a blow. I think I was probably more sad then than I have been since. I think that I've more or less learned to live with it and not fear it, but just realize that it's there, and there's nothing more that I can do except to fight it in whatever way I can.
I dream of building once again a world where students thrive, relationships, careers begin, and futures come alive. And long once more to throw a pass, or turn a double play, instead of hearing others ask, how do you feel today? As other doors are slowly closed, putting dreams beyond my reach, I walk the path my parents chose. I pass the torch. I teach.
Before, when I thought Parkinson's, it was like debilitating, you couldn't do anything, and eventually you died. But then you taught me math, and we're at work every day and still living a very full life.
Yeah.
And as an aside, being like, oh, okay, by the way, I have Parkinson's. I have a tremor in my hand. Let's learn some math.
Yeah.
And that is a much more, it's a better picture of the disease.
With thrice as wise and triply blessed, Team Fox is now our friend. Our pancake fun went through the roof. Let's do it all again.